Count money, man. Stack riches. Try and told him I'm a beast, bud.
What's up, gang? Welcome back to another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready. It's a new day. Topic title, Lift As You Climb. This was coming from a shout out to Tanner Astorina. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that the right way. We got a DM message for a topic request. And so just anybody that's looking for specific topics they want us to hit on, we're listening to you right now. We'll get to as many as we can. Just a reminder, DM us on IG at the GRIND.cast. The GRIND.cast. So today we're going to get Lift As You Climb. So true success isn't standing alone at the top of a mountain. It's about reaching back and bringing other people with you. That's the whole thing where you hear people say, well, you know, it's lonely at the top, and you'll hear other parts of it that says it's only if you're not bringing anyone with you. I think it's critical to create a team culture of people that are doing well, you know, high achievers that support and lift others up as they go. Lifting others, not just specifically to do with your team if you're in leadership, but it also has to do with people that are not directly under your sphere of influence. Because I've seen people that get good at lifting others up in their own organization. So let's pretend we're working at a factory somewhere, and there's, 60 people, and you got 3 teams of 20, and you got a different leader or manager that is managing each team of 20. And the leader that's managing, one group of 20, they're doing great. Their team's productive. They're elevating people. People are getting raises. People are getting promotions. They're productive. And they all have a good team culture of lifting people. But that team manager is always in competition with the other 2 teams, which could be good if it can be controlled. But let's say that leader doesn't get along with the other 2 people. And so they're always looking to try to find, what this other person is doing wrong with their team, and, picking on things that they're doing wrong and looking at those other areas and causing concerns with others in the workplace. That could be someone that is partly lifting as they climb, that they're lifting themselves. Good thing is they're lifting the team that they're responsible for. That's positive. That's a good thing. But then when you get into not lifting the others around you, I don't think that's completely the realm of lifting others as you climb. That's partly lifting people that have to do with you as you climb, but stepping on others as you climb, like a ladder, stepping on them. And so I think the whole lifting as you climb has to do with developing yourself and developing others and pulling other people up, but also taking an opportunity to look and see where in the organization can I lift up other people, even if I'm not responsible for those people. Good always comes back with that. I think if you do it with intentions of, I'm only doing it just so I can get a raise, or I'm only doing it so I can end up being this person. We're all human, so there could be a little bit of that in your mind of, I hope one day maybe I'll have responsibility for others. But I think the key is finding ways to be helpful and being a good teammate, even when things don't directly affect you, is also a part of lifting other people. So, it starts with you leading by example, in leadership and lifting other people. People don't typically follow words too long. They're going to follow action, just like children. They're not going to hear everything that you say all the time, but if you get into the habit of doing things in front of them, they're watching everything that you're doing more than the words that you're saying. So I think it's critical to in that situation, put the work in, day out, whether people are looking or they're not looking. That's a part of lifting others up, because they're watching your influence and they're watching the things that you're currently doing, the way that you're living your life. I think a part of lifting other people is also recognizing individual strengths. and looking for the potential in each person that you're providing leadership to and coach those people accordingly. Everybody is going to have different strengths, and also everybody needs to be treated differently. It doesn't mean that they can't be treated fairly. And that could be confusing to people in leadership. I think when you're trying to lift other people up, part of leadership is people aren't going to come to you perfect. That wouldn't take much development. That wouldn't take much leadership. That's more management of people. And management is not really leadership, although the word management starts with the words manage me, and we have to manage ourselves well. But the second step is we got to look and see, what are the strengths in this person? What are the strengths in that person? What are the strengths in this person? How do I pull those strengths out of them while we're working on our weaknesses? And then also, what are the things that I can help them get better at? And part of lifting them up and getting them better at things means that you need to have awareness of who they are and patience. So awareness of who they are means, there's a relationship book called The 5 Love Languages. And I think it's a good book for people in long-term relationships, with people in general. But I think there's also a lot of correlation in business in these things, in the 5 love languages. And, let's see if I can remember them off the top of my head. You got acts of service. You have physical touch. You have quality time, words of affirmation, and gifts. Those are the 5. So, you have to know what, and typically what happens is we love people the way that we like to be loved. So for example, let's say I'm a physical touch and words of affirmation person. So I like somebody to rub my back, hold my hand, tell me I'm great, tell me I'm looking good, hypothetically. Okay. And let's say that's me. Then what happens is then you end up loving the other person that way. And maybe that person's main love language is more acts of service and gifts. So we're just trying to hold this person's hand and tell them that they look pretty or look handsome. And really what they want is you to think about them, get them a gift. It's not about the money. It's about, man, you thought about me. You got me a gift. And for you to do acts of service, load the dishwasher, take the car to get an oil change, do something nice for them, help them in some way, shape, or form. That would be that person's language. And so I think in leadership, it's the same way. Some people aren't motivated by only the money. Some people are motivated more by thank yous, recognition, awards. Some people are motivated by getting time with you, all those types of things. So knowing what each one of your people need, like how they respond, because they're all going to be different, how you need to handle each person different, just like as a parent handling children. Not all children, are the same. Not all children could be handled, disciplined, talked to the exact same to get the result and bring the best, out of that person. So you got to know that person, and then you have to be patient as you're lifting them as you climb, right? So as you climb, part of you climbing is raising your level in whatever it is that you're doing, but also raising your leadership level. So if you're going from a 7 to a 9, you naturally are going to elevate people underneath you or give people that are 5s the opportunity to reach a level 9 in leadership because you elevated yourself and raise your lid. That's why we go all the way back to lifting others as you climb starts with lifting yourself. But then you got to start to, your primary role in leadership is to unlock the greatness in others. And to unlock greatness in others, you got to build relationships with people, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And part of knowing how much you care is they want to see that you know about them, that you've spent time investing things into them that's going to make them better and is going to lift them up. This reminds me of the old Maxwell 5 levels of leadership. What starts out with, you got a position and you got a title. The second level is permission, where you have a relationship with the person. So now they start to give you permission to lead them. Level 3 is production. That's you leading from the front and starting to help to get them results because they're seeing you get results. Level 4 is people development, which means now I'm lifting you up. I'm getting you promoted. I'm getting you results from the things that I'm coaching you and telling you to do. That's level 4. And then level 5 is ultimate respect by the way that you live your life and the way that you serve people. They'll give you a level 5. And that's where you start to hear people say things like, I would follow that person anywhere. Right? But that's a process, and it takes patience, because in the process of lifting yourself and lifting others up, we got to create an environment that embraces people's failures, shortcomings, and views them as opportunities to learn and opportunities to grow. Success isn't about what you achieve. It's about what you help other people achieve. It's the old, I think it was Zig Ziglar that said, the more that you help other people get what they want, the more that you'll get everything that you want and then some. John Maxwell said, the purpose of leadership is to take others to the top. And when you take others to the top who might not make it to the top otherwise without you, there's no other feeling in the world like it. To those who have never had the experience, you can't explain it, he said, but to those who have, you don't need to. And so I just want to encourage you to lift yourself, lift other people around you as you climb, which is going to naturally lift the organization, not only from the results, but it's going to lift the way that you feel and the impact that you're making on other people's lives. So let's keep climbing, let's keep grinding, but let's lift some other people on the way. All right. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready. It's a new day.